guys ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm James Bell. I'm with Georgia Care, the Georgia Campaign for Access, Reform, and Education. We are a marijuana law reform organization, and today is Cannabis Awareness Day here at the Georgia State Capitol. And we appreciate our friends coming out today. We are displaying a cannabis quilt, and we have various organizations here representing various causes. This weekend we will be hosting the Southern Conference on Cannabis Reform here in Atlanta. It's the first of its kind. We'll be talking about reforming Georgia's marijuana laws, legalization, medicalization. We do not believe people should be going to prison for smoking marijuana. So we have a website. It's gacareproject.com. And representing the Cannabis Quilt is Sharon Ravert. She's with Peachtree NORML, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws.
Hello, my name is Sharon Ravert. I'm also with Moms for Marijuana. We are here today just to start the conversation on marijuana law reform. We have brought a cannabis quilt that represents 50 states, all 50 states, and moms want to start this conversation so that we can truly protect our children. We will get more into that at the Southern Cannabis Reform Conference, and I appreciate you guys all coming, but that's just a brief thing. I've got a lot more to say, but prohibition has not worked. We can't arrest our way out of this, and we need to start actually protecting our children from the drug cartels. It's time to draw a line in the sand and ask our leaders in this building to help us protect our children. Thank you.
All right, who's next? Just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Diane Goldstein. I represent Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, which is a nonprofit educational organization made up of not only community members and politicians, but current and former criminal justice professionals that worked for years in enforcing our drug laws, who have come to the conclusion that the drug war is an abject failure. I'm here to address the social justice costs that are associated with the continued enforcement of our cannabis laws. It is detrimental with regard to the medical status of patients that in fact need cannabis, as well as it's detrimental to the kids and the folks that are arrested and unjustly incarcerated. Cannabis prohibition has contributed to the mass incarceration policies that fall closely or fall the worst on our minority communities, and it's time to end the social injustices of drug prohibition and reform our laws. I'm a retired lieutenant from Redondo Beach, California, spent almost 22 years in my career fighting the drug war, and it is apparent to me that it's time to move forward and to develop smart, strategic policing strategies that return the peace to policing, that make our communities our friends, and that take control of drugs from those that benefit the most, which is criminals and cartels.
Hello, my name is Adrian Bernal. I am with the Latino Coalition here in Atlanta, Georgia. August of 2012, we had the Javier Cecilia Peace Caravan. They came through Atlanta. We had 2 buses, 110 people, and they were here because they were trying to draw attention to the problem of the drug violence along the border. We've had 60,000 people have been killed in Mexico because of the drug war. It's a drug war that hasn't worked. We have journalists, we have innocent people, we have people who are disappeared, we have law enforcement people who are disappeared daily. Some of the people who live in Mexico who have these handkerchiefs that you see here are victims. Their families, some have lost 3 or 4 different family members, and their only problem, the only thing that they did was to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Prohibition is not working. It is something that we need to look at it, and we need to look and find other ways to solve this problem. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Russ Belville. I'm the Executive Director of 420 Radio, which is talk radio for marijuana law reform all across this country. And as part of my job, I fly to many different states. I've been to 17 different states on this issue. And what I've discovered in every state that I've gone to, people smoke marijuana. Everywhere I go, people smoke marijuana. There are 26 million people of voting age in this country who smoke marijuana every year, 16.1 million who smoke every month, and about 2.8 million who smoke every day. These are people that are very reluctant to call 911 when something's going down in the neighborhood. Who knows if that police officer I call for the gunshots I hear down the street might not want to come and visit me and see the marijuana plants in my closet or the pipe I've got in my pocket. This is counter to public safety, not just from the time it takes away from our police officers busting some college kid with a baggie, but also the people themselves who are more reluctant to interface and engage with law enforcement because of the criminal nature of what they choose to enjoy instead of a beer. It's time for us to end this marijuana prohibition so that those people can be contributing members of society, to not be discriminated against at the workforce in urine test employment that shows nothing about whether someone is impaired on the job, but yet discriminates against people and makes it harder for them to live their lives. We can make this change, and I can tell you, you need not fear this change. Like I said, I live in Portland, Oregon. Just across the Columbia River, they just legalized marijuana for adult recreational use in Washington State. And yet, the trains still run on time. People still go to work. Kids still go to school. The sky hasn't fallen. Don't be afraid. Get yourself educated. These people here have all the information you need. You can make this happen. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. Well, look, we appreciate everyone coming out, and it's been a pretty successful day. We've done some interviews on the inside. We've had some good interviews out here too.